Tuesday, and it's hot outside. And hold on, let me make sure who in here. I see somebody in here, man. Hold on. Let's do this real quick. Make an adjustment because my screen was jacked up. Sorry, y'all. Apologize. Apologies. Really. Okay, today we're not even gonna waste no time. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Watch trends. We're talking watch trends. But before I really go off on the deep end, we gotta do a wrist check. And I have on that Tissot Forged Carbon. Yes, that thing is lovely. You know what? Let me say this, because I did a video on this watch a couple of days ago, right? And after having it for a few days, wearing it, like the indices on this watch give it such a like sort of a professional look to it. So like I kind of I'm absorbing this watch a little different now, you know. And I love it, just like the all black, the combat style, if you will. But I really like that. I love how Tissot frame the date window, the indices. The lume is more like an accent. It's not really bright, but yeah, I'm really digging this watch, man. This one. Yeah, this hit my list is like watches that I identify with it. I really like. But anyway, I see people in the chat. Christopher's in there. Jay Jones. Oh boy, here we go. First and foremost. So people of YouTube, consumers, enthusiasts, all people that, you know, all the new people, the new members, new subscribers, thank you guys for being here. Wanted to have a discussion because in the beginning of this year, I was watching the predictions of watches and the trends that were talked about. So I did a Google search, right? And I wanted to see what was trending in fashion as a whole for men and women. And right now, denim on denim is like trending like crazy. And okay, I was making sure that wasn't Lee sneaking up on me. Gotta watch myself, man. Like Lee, sometimes, you know, he'll be in the chat. I see you. He'll be in the chat, but then he'll dip out the chat because I think he has my location. I have to be careful, you know. I gotta watch my surroundings, man. And you know, got the backpack with me, man. Got some hardware in there, man. Just don't sneak up on me. Can you turn that hat upside down? No, I cannot. I think, you know what, man? I don't like the light here, man. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my glasses are dirty or something. I don't know. We'll leave it right there. Wow. Thanks a lot, Jay Jones. Thanks for calling me. Anyway, let's continue. So watch trends. What's trending right now? What is trending? And as far as watches are concerned, we really, bro? Too petty, man. This guy's super. You talking about petty? Go look up the definition of petty. You'll see Jay Jones next to 1,000 watches in his watch box. I'm too embarrassed for a wrist check. Wrist check, everybody. Hey, if you're watching this on the replay, man, let me know. I also have I got my notebook here because I want to write down your ideas too, because I'm going to ask you a few questions at the end, and we'll talk about it in the upcoming video. But with all the trends that I've seen, I was inspired by I was watching JTV live a few days ago. And JTV is basically Home Shopping Network. And for those that's been watching the channel know that I started my channel off with talking about Invicta. And the one thing we do know that Invicta is not liked as much in the YouTube community or social media space, but it is loved and appreciated and longed for amongst enthusiasts and consumers, people that go on cruises and trips and stuff like that, right? And as an alternative, those that purchase Invicta, a lot of them purchase Aragon, which we'll actually talk. Y'all know I got a couple watches with me today. Y'all know I got watches with me, so we'll go through a couple of pieces. I also want to bring to your attention, I do have a watch coming in. I'll do an unboxing, and I'll be reviewing this watch in its entirety. And it's going to be very interesting review because I'm going to cover some of the concepts today. Because I was thinking about the review I want to do for this watch is going to be so lengthy. This video could be like 30 minutes long, so I'm going to refer back to this live. What's up, House X? Because there's a couple things that I want to talk about. And just to stay on point, I actually have my notebook here with me to stay on point. I have to, because y'all know I can go off on a tangent. But trends, like, think about this. Just think about that concept. Keep that in your mind for a second. Right now, based on what I saw, there is a rise of people wanting smaller cases. They want to go back to that traditional minimalistic style of like the 50s and 60s and even 40s. Vintage is another trend. You know, people are going for those vintage pieces, and even like a modern day vintage piece. Some companies that are making vintage pieces that like it looked like it was created 20, 30, 40 years ago, right? A lot of microbrands are, some, I'm not gonna say a lot, but some microbrands are doing that. But yeah, I think right now, when I was researching this, it says 36 through 37 or 38 millimeter is like, that's the perfect size. That's what they want to stick at. That's when people are coming down from 40 to 44. Nah, that's some people are saying no. But I've talked to a handful of collectors this past weekend, and some are looking for larger pieces. They want the 48 and above. They are not scared of a big piece. That's what brought them to the table. They love all of the large pieces. And the question is, what are you asking for from watch companies, and who's listening? That's the biggest thing. Who's listening? So let's focus around one company, and this is the watch that I'm going to be doing a review on, which is Invicta. I do have an Invicta piece coming into the channel. Okay, Julius is wearing his Omega Seamaster 300 Heritage today. Man, that's sweet, brother. That's sweet. Hail Caesar, is Jay Jones is saying in the chat. And there's like, are you House of X or no? Luciano, what's happening? Vic, I'm sending my collection to you and Trap. Get out of here, man. You don't listen. We don't have enough space to take your collection on. A lot of people get ridiculed for wearing regular watches these days. These boys in this YouTube community are so judgmental. We're going to get into that. That's the whole purpose of this. So let me focus around the company Invicta, and we'll just kind of go out from there. Invicta just brought back a pro diver, and they used the ETA 2824. And for those that are up on that, they're like, okay, how's Invicta getting those movements? It was the last shipment that they can get. They put this order in years ago, and the order was just fulfilled, I think, a year ago, or if not 2 years ago. So they took it upon themselves to put the ETA 2824 and the Valjoux movements in various watches over the past 2 years. And they just came out with a new pro diver. And what's crazy about that is, I was looking at, there's like, I want to say there's either 8 or 12 different colorways to these watches. Now, they're 44 millimeter. And I'm going to say this is going to benefit both the collector and consumer, as well as Invicta, if Invicta chooses to take this feedback. There were a number of your collectors in that chat, JTV, that did not like the 44 millimeter because they are more prone to watches like this, which is a 47 millimeter or larger. This is an Invicta. We'll talk about this here in a second. Others are more prone to this one, which is a 50 millimeters, and we'll talk about this one as well, because I gave a scenario during a conversation, and the people that I talked to, the Invicta collectors, this is what they're asking for. So Invicta, stay tuned on what I'm going to tell you. Now, 125 pieces to this watch, each one, right? And each variation. This is what gives Invicta, like, how they'll make 60,000 different models in a year. I'm exaggerating, but I want to say they do about 5 to 5,500 models per year. And that's just because it has a different model number. So on this watch right here, You have a model number, and it's going to go through a sequence of numbers. So you have a rose tone in this one, and you have you got the diamond version, you have the meteorite version. Same watch. This is called the Chaos. This is a dive watch, sort of dressy, different type of bracelet. It's heavy, has an R150 in it, so Swiss movement in there. And Invicta pushed this watch out in 2020 during a cruise. We'll get more into that, but this is how Invicta can have so many different models, how they come out with so many watches. So going back to this Pro Diver that's coming out, that watch is coming into the channel in about a week. That review should come like probably July 1st or something like that. They did 125, and they gave, you know, the consumer enthusiast an opportunity to get into their final, they call the final run. That's it. They're not bringing it back. They're not doing it again. Here's the problem. This is something I discovered. I didn't know this until yesterday. When they did their presentation, they came out, the price is $299. Now, $299 for a watch with the ETA 2824 is not bad. They use sapphire crystal. Again, this is something I'm going to cover in the review. And you're like, okay, cool. Invicta's not using the flame fusion. They're not using the mineral. They're going sapphire because right now, if you look at a YouTuber's video when they do their review, sapphire crystal is one of the things that people go crazy for. When you say flame fusion, a lot of the people in the YouTube community has no idea what that is. I even had a comment years ago where a commenter jumped on, I mean, like literally gave it to me because they said, man, flame fusion, you believe that crap, blah, blah, blah. I'm no chemist. I didn't know that much about watches and how they come up with this stuff. I don't know the compounds. I don't know what they have to do to take a mineral crystal, fuse it with sapphire some type of way. I don't know. I have no idea. And this person was alluding to, like, come on, man, wake up, bro. You drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, I'm sure you drank some Kool-Aid somewhere along the lines in some different company. I'm just delivering what this company is saying, what this stuff is, right? On the hardness scale, on the mineral, it takes that mineral crystal and gives it a hardness of 7 on the Moore scale versus a 6, 5, or 6. But at any rate, Invicta gave everybody the opportunity to get into this watch at 125 pieces made for the world, and you didn't know what your number was. Now, JTV had number 2 of one of the watches there. So there's the possibility that you can get number 1. Well, here's where Invicta messed up, and you're not listening to, we're talking trends, 2025. People want what they want. And bear with me, y'all. I'm going to get into the comments. Bear with me. Invicta, you're still doing the same thing that people complained about. You make the watches, if you're making them number limited, and you don't want to release these watches, all of them, and I'm saying this because I went over to the website, to Invicta stores, and the number 1 to each one of those watches are in that store at an elevated price. You have on JTV the watch going for $299. The watches over there on InvictaStores.com, you're talking like $3,000. And as a consumer, as an enthusiast, as somebody that enjoys watches, I want the chance to try to get number 1. Invicta won't give us that opportunity. Plus, you're telling us that this ETA 2824, you believe that watch is, like, as far as the money's concerned and what that watch presents and what it is, you're saying that watch is worth that money. Because, like, well, hey, you get the number, it's number limited, you get number 1. Well, that's so misleading, and that's the biggest problem. Invicta, you have fans, you have people that stand by you. They enjoy what you put out there. They absolutely love what you do. I'm gonna give you a watch that I can talk about right now. This right here, Pro Diver, 47 millimeter. This has diamonds around the bezel. The bezel is fixed, it does not move. This watch is powered by NH35. Now there's a model that has the Salida 200 in it. This watch is pretty thick. I'd imagine that this watch is about 17 millimeters thick with the crystal, and it's flame fusion crystal. Is this number limited? Let's see. This one's not. It's not number limited. But this is the Grand Diver. And this watch is a homage, as you can see right here. This is a homage to Rolex's Yachtmaster. That's what this watch would represent in the Invicta universe. is their version of the Yachtmaster. They put the scuba dude on there. And Invicta has been known to make, you know, they invite you into this realm of like, it's not normal, it's not minimalistic, it's not your average. And that was one of the things that people loved about it. But then when you see that you can get the Swiss movements that like some of these other companies are charging a premium for, but now Invicta, you've been doing this for so long. You used to give out the number ones. You used to allow us the opportunity. And you guys found, hey, well, we can make more money. That goes back to you're not listening to your core, and you don't care about your core audience. It appears. And I'm just being honest. And I'm going to judge this watch. I'm going to break this watch properly because I think the watch looks great. But in comparison, that's the thing. We compare a lot. Let me get into the chat real quick because I want to hear what you guys are saying. I think Etta Swatch selectively provides certain movements. Etta 2824 7001. It's different brands. They do because there's still some microbrands that can get 2824s in them. It's Flame Fusion. You know how many times I bang my crystal when one of my work shells has a crack. Yeah, I'm with you. It's just mineral crystal with the sapphire coating. And that's yeah. Skylar Santana's in the building, learning professional. How you doing, sir? All right, so we good on chat. We good on chat. All right, so and I want to keep in lieu of what people are looking for and versus what we're actually getting. Right now, vintage reissues people are looking for, real world practicality, GMTs, divers. People are really like, some people are using their watches on vacation, going swimming with, and they want a watch that can, you know, they can swim and go under the water with. Skeletonized dials is something that, and I asked chat, I asked Google Trends. I do have a skeletonized watch as a representation here today. Constantine Weiss is a brand, a German brand. It is a value brand, affordable if you will. And I haven't had a problem with this. This thing looks active. This looks great though, in my opinion. Look, this is a number limited piece. I think this watch looks good. What y'all think? But again, it comes down to personal preference, and it comes down to what, like, and I know there's no way, even if a CEO of a company is not looking at, let's say the trends or whatever's being said on YouTube or TikTok, there's somebody in your camp that's paying attention and feeding you the information. Okay, this is what's going on. And I know this because Invicta is known for larger pieces. Hence this. I gave an example. There were a number of you guys that either reached out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or you got my personal phone number. And Invicta, this is what was said. Oh, this is the example I gave. I said, if Invicta would have brought this watch back and commemorated it and put the final cruise information on the back, if you would have put the final cruise information on the back of this watch, if you still got R150, great, throw an R150, bring, like, do the resurgence. You should have did that in lieu of, in combined with everything you did that night at JTV. Now the question was, can Invicta get their mojo back? Can they win the collector back over? Because they had been, you got to think, over 25 years with Shop HQ or Shop NBC, Evon, whatever they were called. They spent over 25 years telling people that these watches are collectible. These watches are just as good as some of your luxury brands. They use some of the same movements, and you're not going to spend as much money. And they have a system to where you can pay a little bit at a time to have this watch. They don't go off your credit. 6 months. You're paying on this watch for 6 months. So you could pay like $24 a month, $70 a month, or even $109 a month for a watch that you want in your collection, that you think, and then you can collect more. That was their bread and butter. That ended abruptly. And then you try to come back on another home shopping network, which is huge, Jewelry Television. They have a huge base, and a lot of people over there like buying jewelry. It's a jewelry channel. But what goes with jewelry? Watches that look like this. There's people that do not care about the movement. That's the thing. There's people that do not care about the history. They don't care. They want something that looks good, that's going to be affordable, and they can, you know, it's like it's not going to break the bank. Now, here's another point. What are enthusiasts asking for? Well, I literally plug this in the chat. I plug this into Google Trends, and people are looking for value for money, quality for under $1,000 for 2025. That's the number one thing. People want the most bang for their buck. And granted, this watch, when it came out, when it debuted last year, it was under $1,000. Now it's over $1,000. But you know what? You can still get it under $1,000. If you go in my description right now and holler at Jake over there at Trifecta, if you like this watch, talk to him. He'll give you a deal. So you could possibly still get this watch for under $1,000. But what does this watch come with, right? Like, it's forged carbon. It's not stained. The only thing that's still on it is the buckle and the case back. Everything else is different. It's not your traditional watch. And people like that. People want that. Titanium is another. You have all the strength of this watch. Strength is stronger than steel, right? But it's lighter. So now you want, like, even Invicta can do that. Make a robust watch. Give people the size. Bring back their divers in a titanium. You know, change the bracelet a little bit, because it's still doing the same type of bracelet. I mean, but this is what people are looking for. Storytelling, unique history, and cultural connection. Christopher Ward. That's all I'm gonna say. Christopher Ward right now, bro. You're not gonna tell me no different. That watch company is on fire right now. That is a cult classic, bro. That thing is like the Jackson 5 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just getting better and better and better and better each year. Every time they come out, this company is forged in greatness. People love Christopher Ward. You mention that, some people go crazy. And it's no lie. Go check out somebody's channel that has gone to a wind-up, or anywhere that Christopher Ward is popped up. I'll tell you another cult classic over in Belfast, Nomadic. People going crazy. I've seen the Nomadicals on the back of buses and stuff like that. Companies being marketed well. People are standing behind this brand like crazy. Bro, like, and that was the thing with Invicta. Invicta, that was a cult classic. But they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball, bro. Hold on, let me see what the chat talking about. Starting late, you're starting on time, bro. Kimosabi, we got Lone Ranger in the building. I like it. Zinc, what's going on? Welcome in. And I want to welcome all my subscribers, all my members. Thank you guys for being here. India is in the building. I know you guys are watching, man. Everybody, man. Peace be to everybody that's watching the chat right now. Peace. Yes, and you're not starting late, bro. You're right on time. Nothing new, nothing. Slap me in the face. J. Jones, stop. You stop. Venezianico. Yes, that's enough. Venezianico is a cult classic, man. Thank you. Thank you for putting that. Yes, they are definitely killing. And you know who else? Islander watches. Islander, bruh. And I have this. And this is another thing. Look at that. The colorway. The colorway on this thing right here screams like what's that called? Seafoam. Screams color. The date wheel is red. Now, this isn't your everyday piece for, I think, the average person, but you know what's crazy? I guarantee you one thing. There's somebody on the upside of any screen, don't matter what YouTuber you go to, I guarantee the comment I just made, it's not your everyday piece, somebody be like, you a lie? I will wear that every day. I will wear, that's my speed. So I apologize. This is a watch that will fit somebody's need. Somebody. And it's inexpensive. It don't break the bank. It still looks good. This is a Spinnaker and a collaboration. This is a collab. Beautiful watch. Beautiful watch. But then again, color. And you talking about cultural connection? One of the main reasons I bought this Fair and Swick is because the man is from Chicago. Hello? I'm Chicago all day, baby. Even though I'm in Indiana, but like Chicago's my hometown. So I was going to support this, but I actually like the watch. And then it has the topographical map of the north side of Chicago. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, because I've driven through this town just almost my whole life, man. And this called a Wayfinder. That's a beautiful name for this watch, man. This watch is like, I cherish this watch because of its ties to where I was raised. I absolutely love Chicago, regardless of how violent it could be. Every city has violence in it, but I just love my city, man. Like, Chicago is dope. What's good, everyone? Ben 10, welcome in. Wrist check too, wrist check, man. Oh, don't even worry about it, bro. Oscar, I'm getting to. Do I have it? Yep, I got it. We getting to Cincinnati. So we covered that. The other thing, what enthusiasts are asking for are microbrands with identity. Again, now Christopher Ward isn't a microbrand. They're a powerhouse. Forget that. They're a powerhouse. But as an independent, yes, they are doing their thing. Islander Watches doing their thing. They're filling a space, and they're going far beyond what Seiko is, because people that love Seiko, right? And I have one of my, pieces. Hold on. Water break, because it is warm out here. It's 88 degrees out here now. Woo! It's climbing. Seiko. The history of Seiko, everything that this watch is, and one of the things I appreciate about this watch that connects me, that I love to think about, is how many men went into war with a Seiko. How many men defended this country, you know what I'm saying, wearing a Seiko. And that's one of the things that I gravitate towards. I absolutely love the idea of that, right? And I served, and I know the watches that I wore in war, you know what I'm saying? And this is one of those watches that I'm like, yo, but Islander Mark, he does a great job filling in the blank, because what people are asking for, things like what they're asking, we're covering what trends people are asking for. And I think some companies are missing the mark. They are missing the mark. So I will congratulate, people like Mark from Long Island. I will congratulate Mike Pearson over there, man. He represents Christopher Ward so well. His storytelling in the background, everything that he's doing. Peter from Nomadic, that's another brand. There's so many other brands. I don't want to leave anybody out. There's so many brands that are listening. I'm gonna tell you one. Hold up. Y'all gonna feel me on this one. Those that have experience. Zelos, hands down. Zelos gives and hits every angle. I mean, God dog, man. It's just like the sneaker community, and he's giving people what they're asking for. He is like anywhere between the oceans all the way up to space. He is these design cues and everything. He is hitting it. I'm telling you, bro, like, and the guys making money, man, selling out like that. Selling like, it's like hotcakes. Just like, what was that, those shoes that just came out, the Ferrari 14s. Those things sold out in 8 minutes. 8. His watches do the same thing. Tell you the truth, I don't think so. Just checking in. Eric, what's going on, brother? Slapping around like a hoe every time he walks in the watch store. Hey, man, I'm wearing my Nevada Grisham F77. Yeah, integrated bracelet. With the lapis. Ooh. Bro, being 10, bro, you gotta come on, bro. Hey, man, you, like, we're gonna have to do one of these together, bro. We're gonna have to, like, bro. You got time, if you got time, bro, we got your watch collection with your wrist checks got to be, it's crazy, bro. Here in Miami, it's almost 100 degrees. Mercy. Still got nothing on Trap, though. Oh, man, I ain't got nothing. I ain't making no noise today. Also, today, SKX, I like the new diver Seikos. Yeah, those Zelos is fire. Trap, your passion is off the chain. Man, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not sorry, honestly, because, man, dude, let me just say this. I do, and I don't think I will ever stop, bro, because this would be year 7 for me doing YouTube, but I've been collecting watches since I was a kid, man. I've always had a watch. I love what they mean, what they represent, the time, the ticking, or the gliding of the watch, the elements, like, it's fun, bro. I sat down, stared at this watch for a minute. I was like, man, I sat in traffic. We had a real bad accident. I sat on a highway for an hour and 15 minutes yesterday. I was late for work and everything. just sat there. Truck smashed 2 cars, and the truck was across the highway, so we had to wait for them to come in. And so I was like, I called my boss like, yo, I'm late. I called an hour before. I said, I know we ain't moving. I've been sitting here in this spot at the time 25 minutes. But anyway, I enjoy watches, man, and it just annoys the mess out of me when you have a company that I believed in, that I still think that Invicta as a whole, love or hate it, that's fine, you know. And I agree with a lot of people when they say they make some very obnoxious watches. They make some very I can't mess with it. But I like some of these watches. Looks amazing. Can y'all hear that going off? That's this bad boy right here. This isn't for everybody. This is not for everybody, man. This watch right here was designed for me. Uh-oh. What is going on? Bet. Yeah. See, y'all don't know that. Y'all thought this was made for the world? Casio hit me up. They said, hey man, we gonna make a G-Shock trap. What would you think would be a great watch? I said, man, you know what? You ever seen a tennis ball exploded? You ever seen the inside of Grimlock's mouth? That's the type of watch I want. And they said, okay, we got you from there. And that's what they came out with. So y'all think they made this for y'all? No, this is my idea. I'm lying, Casio. You ain't about G-Shock. You ain't about to come after me. I'm playing. I'm just joking. Oscar with the, you know what I'm saying? We got it. You know what I mean? We got it. You feel me? Thank you, sir. Thank you for that $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. I thank you so much. I appreciate every time you super chat. Anybody, I don't care what it is. I appreciate the fact that you guys watch. I love the fact that we can sit here and have a conversation about watches, and I can jot down your ideas and things of that nature. Hold up. Speaking of which, gotta make sure, where'd my pen go? Did it fall? I want my pen over here somewhere. Where the heck did it go? Give me a minute, y'all. My pen gone. Oh, there it go, there it go, there it go. There it go. JC. GJC's in the building. Yeah, it's hot as heck today. Yeah, man, it is hot. Still nothing. Okay, I read that. Super chat. Super chat. Bounce. Yeah. Love watches and want something fun. I just would love if Invicta made reissue pieces from the early to mid 1900s. Julius, in that they have one. I saw it. It is a dress watch. And it has a, I can't remember what movie. It's a Swiss mechanical, pure mechanical. The case back is 18 karat gold. Beautiful watch. Beautiful watch. And I'm gonna go back. COVID back, right? 2020. There was a commercial. A.L. Lalo, the CEO of Invicta, stated that he did not care about what the industry stated. He was just going to do what the customer is asking for, right? The customers was asking for a lot. Some of the ideas that you see today, there were some customers that will never get credit for what they've done or the ideas that they put out there. They've taken those ideas and they made watches out of them. I personally think that, you know, and they did it once back in 2017, I believe it was. They allowed a customer to come up with an idea for a watch. It had a skull on the dial, and that customer had the first watch that came off the presses. But one thing that Invicta is missing out on right now is inclusion. That's what they based it off of, and there's some customers that love those early designs. There's people that grew up on that, right? There's people that saw their fathers and grandfathers with these Invicta pieces back from the 50s, from the 40s, even World War II. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't done any reissues of those watches at all. Now, I understand him saying I'm not trying to follow in the direction of what everybody else is doing, but it's working for everybody else, and then some of your people are asking for you to do what these other companies are willing to do because you do it in such a way. That's the one thing I'm like, realize who you are as a brand. Yes, you're not going to follow the trends as like in look. Think about it. This watch is 47 millimeters. Your typical watch is between 38 to 42 millimeters. That's accepted by, and that's just enthusiasts. We're not even talking consumers. Consumers will rock a 47 millimeter heavy watch, and you ain't gonna tell them no different. They're gonna be like, man, piss on you, bro. I love this watch, and that's all I want. But again, like Invicta, whoever, man, the powers that be won't listen. And I told you before, they don't think that, like, me saying this, and I've been representing Invicta for a long time. The powers that be don't think that like my word means anything. Ain't nobody gonna listen to what I say. And I'm like, I think that's the wrong thinking. That's what I was told. That's thinking. It's not just me, because I don't need the credit. I don't need the publicity of like, well, Trap said no. This is a collective because I agree with other collectors. Starting out with Invictaholics. These are where a lot of these conversations started back in the day. And yes, I agree with you. They should be doing some reissues from their catalog from back in the day. Why not? I just got a damaged JLC. Oh man. You getting your service today? Okay, all right. I'd love to see what that look like, bro. Just ordered Seiko Alpinist. Yes, the Alpinist is fire, bro. That's fire, bro. I'm telling you, I wouldn't mind having an Alpinist in my collection. I've been trying to enjoy my collection, but then I seen vintage Piaget. Ooh. Stay hydrated, everyone. That includes electrolytes too. Watermelon. Yes, sir. I would like to find a Rolex Milgauss, but not willing to spend 4K. Good luck. Some reissues would be amazing. Yeah, I think that would be awesome for them to do that, to do a reissue. So let me see where we at. We're at 36 minutes. All right, so let's keep this on. Not just homage, but innovation, and that's what people are looking for. Not just another Rolex clone, not just another Tudor clone. They're looking for a company to make and forge their own style. So let me get into this because somebody mentioned this earlier. I'm gonna tell you something I think is amazing. I have this Cincinnati, and I've shown this watch plenty of times. This is a field watch, right? So what would this watch compare to? Oh, it's about to rain. This watch, in comparison, will be the equivalence of a... Hold on, bro. Man, that thing is loud. He got this stupid turbo sitting outside his hood. Yes, this will be the equivalence or like comparable to a Hamilton khaki, but they made it their own. That thing, it looks antique. And you know what else I think is dope is he tests this thing in 5 positions. I watched it myself. I looked at him do this. I was sitting out there in Cincinnati looking at this watch. So that's one thing that you can hang your hat up on. If you bought this watch and they were asking $500 for it, what are you getting? Okay, sapphire crystal, Swiss movement, attention to quality, not just the details. The details, the minute track on this thing. When you look, you have to see this watch. Oh, let me see if I can get it to go better this way. It's still like the light we got is not that great. I'm sorry, y'all. But just look at that thing spin. I absolutely enjoy this watch. This is one of my favorite watches ever. And this is a watch that I would never get rid of this watch. Right? It's something I want to pass down to my children. I think this is an heirloom. I believe this is an heirloom. They just brought in this, like, okay, for example, cultural connection. They took the essence of Cincinnati, the history of Cincinnati, and how that city even came to be, man. There was actually 3 people. There was one explorer, but there was 3 members that created. That third member went out to explore the territories to kind of stretch Cincinnati out. He never came back. They believe he fell to the indigenous people. He never made it back. So there's so much history and story in Cincinnati, and they take that, infuse that in their watches. So anybody that buy, like, it's just like buying a watchmaker from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? If you are from the city, you're gonna love that. You're gonna love the fact that, like, Oak and Oscar, there's several watch brands in Chicago. several. But Cincinnati Watch Company, man, it's amazing because, like, he tests this. He does the pressure test. He does the temperature test. Like, chronometer certified. I mean, this dude, man, Jordan is the man when it comes to like building watches. But then you have companies like Bernhardt, which I didn't know nothing about Bernhardt, but they're one of the oldest watch brands out there. And this takes a vintage style, right? As far as, you can call it a diver, if you will. But look how, you know what I'm saying, the cushion case, that's a 70s design. With, like, it's modern though. I don't know. I just think the watch is amazing. It's dope. And for the price that they asked for it, and you know, I'm gonna tell you something. They got a frame date window on the, look at that. Frame date window, just like this bad boy. And that's what the one thing that some companies aren't picking up on. And I hate to say it, man, I'm not picking on Invicta, but like Invicta's trying to make this comeback. And you're still not listening to the people. You're still not looking at the trends. These are the if I researched and saw what the trends are. Value for money, which Invicta was good for that. Storytelling, unique history, cultural connection. Microbrands with identity. How, like Invicta, I'm going to say this, there are microbrands that are walking, I mean, they're walking, they ain't got to run, they're walking circles, they're crawling circles around you and what they're giving people, because not only are they providing like these phenomenal pieces, prestigious, well built, their customer service is on par. And unless they change their ways, dude, you like to invoke your warranty with your Invicta, I had to pay for shipping going and coming. And then have to have the letter when it comes to me, the email, hey, it looks like user error, so we can't invoke your warranty type. I went through that. I say, yo, okay, the watch came like that? No, it's moisture in it. Like, it looks like you removed one of the seals. Why would I remove a freaking seal? Think about that. Why would I change? Why would I do anything? I didn't even open the watch up. There was no need to open the watch up. Why would I sent the watch in within this little 2-year, but then they got the 5-year limited warranty thing. It's too much. It was too much of a hassle. So I'm like, listen, again, this was during COVID when I went through this with Invicta. I don't know if they changed. I have no idea. But based on how they're working, I doubt it. Let me get into the chat real quick. Trap, can you give the Cincinnati to me? No, you can't have it. Go buy one, Jay Jones. You can't get mine. No, sir. 40 millimeters, that Cincinnati's 40. Let's do a giveaway from JJ's Vic. Hey, man, if we was to do a giveaway, man, we'll be, you know that is a series. That is a 10-part series. And I'm talking about 10 weeks. It would take us 10 weeks to do a giveaway of Jay Jones. And Vic too? Oh, well, Jay Jones by himself, that'd be crazy. Oh, it's about to rain. There's little raindrops. I feel it. That ain't gonna stop me. I ain't moving. If it ain't raining, we ain't training. Every watch I got out here right now is waterproof or water resistant. So I ain't worried about it. But my notebooks aren't, so I am going to whatever. I ain't tripping on that. 43 minutes in. Thoughts on a cool field watch? Looking at Timex Expedition Titanium or Marathon. Yes, that's the other thing too. Bro. Okay, you spared me alone just a bit. Community insights, trends in YouTube, watch forums, Reddit. Somebody just called me. I don't know who that. Oh, that must have been Jay Jones. You must have called me. Whatever. I ain't paying attention, so it didn't have no effect on me. Whatever. So what I was saying was, with that being said, titanium is one of those, and field watches are another trend that people are looking towards. Microbrands upcoming, and their comparison to Seiko, Tissot, Hamilton, Longines, Rolex. People are looking. What are you doing, bro? So they're looking how much of these microbrands how much quality, how much detail can they put in it to compare to one of these watches? Now, granted, you can't compare it to like a Rolex, right, in certain aspects, but you can have that vibe. For example, this right here, you see this Popeye, this is an Invicta, right? This watch is modeled after their yacht master, but it was some fun. It gives a character that they had a collaboration with. This is a number limited piece. They don't make it anymore, but I bought it with the idea, like it was like 130 bucks. I said, oh man, I'm gonna get that. And I've had this watch since 2019. I bought this watch in 2019, and I've worn it a bunch of times. I wore it to work. I mean, the actual on the back of here is scratched up, man, because I was desk diving with it. I've been swimming in it. I've done everything with this watch. Screw down crown. It's a solid timepiece. Now you look at companies like Spinnaker. Spinnaker did amazing with SpongeBob, brought it back twice, I think, already, and now they got Popeye. Invicta dropped off the board, man. And now guess what? You got companies like Spinnaker that people, and that's something that I know Invicta collectors will gravitate towards. People that are displaced with the brand are going to other brands. And Invicta, that's your fault. Now, as we land this plane, as we like to say, the trends that you guys are looking at, what do you like? And what are the trends that you guys are looking forward to in 2025? Y'all can leave that in the comment now, or you can come back if you want to think about it, because I'm going to record whatever you say. I'm going to record that, and I'm going to put that, we're going to talk about that on the upcoming show, because I'm going to do the review of this new Invicta that's coming in, and we're going to have a live after action report, right, AAR, with Invicta collectors, and we're going to talk about not just that watch, but watches in general, you know, like what we're looking for. And here's a question. This is a question that's trending right now. What would your dream Microbrand collaboration look like? What brands would you like to see do a collab? And on what would you like to see them do a collab? So I know Seiko just did a Jaws, but like I would like, if it was a Microbrand that you could see that could do a collaboration with, what would it be? And now, you know, I'm sitting there thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know. Let me think about that for a second. Let me get into the chat. You've been looking at more Italian twine. Andrew, what's going on? Welcome in. Nope, it's me because Trap is messing with me. Yeah, I know that's Jay Jones kept calling like he crazy. What's a good summer color for watch dials? I like green, but want to do brighter. Yellow, bro. Yellow, orange. I think this is a dope colorway for a watch. I'm gonna tell you a watch brand. I have the watch here, and this for a diver. It didn't cost a lot of money, and it has an NH34, but I think this is probably one of the best divers I have come across, period. With that cloud dial, man, I mean, dude, it's like I said, the dial got Charmin on it. Hold on, let me see, let me flip this around real quick. Let me see if I can get a better look. Let me see if I can get the best light. It's kind of hard. Look at the date window frame down at the 6 o'clock. Screw down crown, oversized crown, artwork on the back. You can't see the movement, which is okay with me. Bi-directional bezel, and you have a very solid bracelet on this watch. This watch, man, this thing is fresh, bro. That thing is fresh. Y'all see all the other watches I got. That thing is fresh in my humble opinion. I talked about Zellos earlier. Now I have to wear glasses because I can't see worth nothing. I don't see the bifocals. I can see things, but like trying to read stuff. I didn't have my glasses on yesterday, and this is hard to read without my glasses because of the orange and everything. The way the hands are. So this is a novelty piece, man. This the realization of this watch. I like it. I love the fact that the carbon is great. I love the leather strap. But I'm telling you, this is more of a, I'm going to get in my car. I'm gonna ride out. This is a specialty piece for me. This isn't an everyday, I'm going, you know what I'm saying, I'm in love with it watch. For the price and just the specs, I think I got a great deal on it, right? But as a everyday wearing watch, this is not it for me. I like it. That wasn't Jay Jones. That was my job actually calling. Job. And I know you looking, job, employer. I ain't on the clock yet. And nope, I don't want to talk about nothing. Okay, unless you're talking about watches. And you need to be in the chat commenting with all these great folks in here. Thank you. But yeah, this one, after having it for the time that I had it, I like the watch, but it's just a piece that I know, like, I'll go riding in this watch. You know, sometimes I'll walk in it, depending on a day like this, as hot as it is, I wouldn't wear this, you know, with the leather and stuff. I don't that sweat, extra sweat. I'm gonna tell you what I have been wearing. I ordered a strap from Amazon. It was like $9 too, and it's pretty solid, man. Little gray strap. You see that? And the keeper actually has like the little notch in it. Y'all see that notch right there? To keep that on your wrist. But this one is excuse me, is my ball, that fireman. And this watch is great for at night. And I want to, like, cause I had this on the NATO strap. I took the NATO. I didn't like the NATO with it being on the NATO. My arm was sweating a lot. This one, I mean, it's cool. Cause I got it, it's kind of loose. And quick release on it, like $10. Bro, I was like, yeah. FKM rubber. This thing is pretty solid, man. Pretty solid. Ball is another company too. I think it's pretty dope. But yeah, I got a question. And I'm gonna end on something. Let me see where we at. We're at 51 minutes. I want to go an hour. Do you guys think dive watches are overrated now, or oversaturated? Excuse me, y'all. You guys think it's overrated? It's a trap first and foremost. I told you don't mess with me. That's all right, Jay Jones. I'm gonna get you. Oh man, Skylar retracted something. Okay. Wise and Zellos. Okay, yeah. Disney collab. Wise and Zellos. That would be crazy. Wise and Zellos. Wow. That would be nuts, bro. All right, hey. Wise and Zellos. I'm gonna tag both of them in this. I haven't had, like, I've just seen Wise. I haven't seen it in person. But yeah, I would love to see. That would be pretty dope. That would be, yeah. Hey, I can dig it. Zodiac pineapple. You like it? Oh, that Zodiac pineapple is fresh. That is a nice color. I like the green, man. Like, again, man, I like the seafoam green. I think that's a pretty good color. Like blues, like, just depend on the blue, like a bold blue. And I think one of the blues I saw, what was it? Oris. The blues on Oris, as well as Zenea blue. Whoo! Whoo, man, them things is ferocious, man. Well, I tell you what, it's funny. I wore this watch out, man, and this thing gets so much attention. They like, yo, what is that? I said, it's a G-Shock. They like, what? Yes, sir. I just like this watch, man. This thing is so aggressive, man. I like it. Could you give Nolan a shout out? Nolan? What's happening, Nolan? What's good? Where you at, Nolan? What we doing? You know what I mean? What's happening? Shout out to Nolan for watching. If you're watching, Nolan, I hope you have a blessed day. Invicta needs to fly you out and break out their notebook. You've been representing them forever. Not taking feedback from people like you is a big mistake. Sales are low. Start listening. All right. So, and that's what I'm going to end on, y'all. So, just to give a recap, the trends for this year, And we're not just talking about JLC, Tudor, which was crazy. As much as I hear Tudor, it's like Tudor sales is not as great as their involvement on YouTube is, which is wild. Tudor's still a great brand, but it's not doing as good, like if you look at the sales side. But these are some of the watch companies and brands with the trends with YouTubers they go to. It's a sure thing, because even if people can't afford it, they still love the luxury portion of it. They love the inclusivity. They love being in there. Some people can't even keep up with the conversation, but they like, yeah, what he said, because you want to be a part of the now. I'm not even knocking you for it. I promise. I'm not holding it against you. Some people, you don't realize, some people run to YouTube or TikTok or something like that because their lives are challenging. Everything around them sucks. They may have family that don't love them. They may have family that's like disrespecting them. Like, it could be anything that can tear them down. And this is where they're one safe space or a spot. It's not even safe, because it's actually toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like, running after the luxury stuff, and because it's like, hey, I'm gonna just jump in with this YouTuber because he's talking good and everybody is loving it. Nah, out of here. I much rather you really like get some help. Like, honestly, you need help, because if you depend on this should be a bonus for you. Just saying. And I'm no counselor. I'm just telling you, because somebody that suffers from PTSD, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be your primary. And having, if you spent your entire life savings or a portion of your 401k to buy a Rolex, to post it just to get a few, hey, thumbs up, hey, that's great, and you're not a content creator to where you can benefit off of it, is that time well spent? Only you can answer that. But just going back to what you were saying, didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Invicta, the people over there, they won't listen. Man, these bugs are, get away from me, please. They aren't listening. And I think that what they did the other day was very nostalgic on the Home Shopping Network. It was very nostalgic because I'm a product of it. I loved watching back in the day, and I thought that show was actually pretty good. But once you peel back everything and you start spending your money, they brought out a diver that's 44 millimeters. That's smaller than this. I don't know how thick it is yet. Don't know the build quality. I bet you money that they're going to keep this style of bracelet where you have 2 points of security, both being friction. And I do have a watch right now that over time, this watch is very old, over time that friction, you have to replace it, right? That friction goes away versus a company like Islander, right? Let me show you. Islander has the same style, friction, but then you have the 2 press buttons right there. Invictus, I don't think Invicta's not doing it. They're not doing it. And then you're asking the prices. You fail to realize that the prices that you're asking for some of this new stuff is more than some of your better stuff you did 2 years ago. And granted, you can fall into the category of everybody else saying, hey, well, we're going to go up on the price because the demand. Let's just say, and you don't have to believe me, you don't have to take my word for it. Look at your stock on YouTube. You can say you don't care about what's being said on YouTube, but look at your stock on YouTube. Listen to your customers. You got people that's all they will buy is Invicta. That's all they're asking for, is you to continue to do what you were doing in the 2000s. Put the Salida 200s, put the Salida 500s if you can't get Etta. Put the Miota, to start adding that to you. I mean, Wing does it. Like, you're not above that. Give the people what they're asking for. You know what I'm saying? Especially like when you, like as a company owner, when people are watching your life on Instagram and seeing that you're spending money on these big elaborate weddings, and you got your yacht, and then your plane, and then you got your race team, people are like, they're feeling like, hey, I invested in Invicta for a long time and I'm not getting out of it what I once did. It's simple. Go back to the basics. Go back to what you know. That's it. Let's see. There's not a lot of Microbrand collaborations, but I would love if Jack Mason collaborated with China Bach, Texas beer brand. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. You know what? You know what I would like to see? Because my man did, I would love to see Brew do an automatic or mechanical watch collaboration with Starbucks. I think that'd be super dope. Coffee, you know what I'm saying? Or like, or just a coffee company. You know, it'd be crazy. Or Dunkin' Donuts. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I think that'd be dope for no. Keep the original idea I just said, Starbucks and Brew, and then Spinnaker needs to do Dunkin' Donuts. Spinnaker and Dunkin' Donuts, yeah. Yup, Spinnaker and Dunkin' Donuts. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be real crazy. Yeah. Oh, another question. Have you guys ever heard of the, and I know a few people heard this movement, but the Value 7754. I just found out about this Saturday. Invicta just put out one of their divers with a Value 7754, which is a GMT. I didn't know that. Didn't know that it existed. And it's skeletonized, which is crazy. And that one is under $1,000. It's like $700. It's like $700. And I'll get more into the details of that watch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll get more into that. Let's see. I like my two Zellos. The bracelets are brutal though. It's understandable. Yeah, the Islander high beat. No, it's just that's an NH34 in that one. Ball with LaMelo and Lonzo Ball. That could be interesting. It's so hot, I usually spray 1 to 2. What's that say? Squirts of cologne, but it's like 7 or 8. Hey man, I'm dancing in cologne. LOL. Yeah, bro. That's probably why these bugs around me, because I got body spray on. Not overrated as a watch, but they are oversaturated. They're definitely oversaturated, bro. Like, and I love dive watches, but I'm like, I'm cool. If a dive watch come out right now, and I say that because Airbus got a watch coming out, and I would say that anybody that loves Invicta robustness, the thing is 15.5 millimeters thick, but I think a lot of that, or a good portion of it, is the crystal. Crystal is pretty, well, like, is it millimeter and a half? It's thick. It's a thick crystal on it. It's a beautiful looking watch though. I like how thick that stuff is, man. It looks robust. Ah, man, I got ice in here. Since I've been on Watch Crunch, that's mostly what you see. Ed Seiko. Yeah, I've seen people criticize a brand, Frederic Constant, but they don't have a diver. Not every brand does need a diver. Yeah. I'm a Tudor fanboy again. H2O watches? Okay, I'm... H2O watches. All right, I'm gonna check them out. Cheers, that's my son. He loved the shout out. Feels famous. Oh, no problem, man. I realized I will be wearing divers most of the summer in this heat. Sheesh. Yeah, man. Back in my tutors I go. Nevada and Gretchen collaborated with Vietnamese watch boutique. Man. Collaborated with Horizon. It's a phenomenal piece. All right, so I'm not familiar with that. All right. I'm not familiar. What do you think about shows on the weekend? I'm all for it. Brew would benefit from a die-hard Starbucks drinkers alone. Man, bro, could you imagine, bro? Ooh, that sun came out like ferociously. God, dog, is right above my head, man. That sun like 10 feet above me, bro. I'm protected by Galvatron, so yeah, I ain't worried about it. Woo! and the heat came with it too. Cause that cloud cover was like, man, I can't even see y'all. Hold up, man. I can't see the chat. That sun really just tore me up. Let me get back in the shade so I can see. All right, there we go. There we go. When did you send the link? Let me know when y'all sent the link. H2O Orca is beautiful. The JTV. Oh, I'm in Canada. I wish I could try on a brew watch before. It's probably buy one I could. Yeah, man, I feel like you've been to impulse. You will. You like collecting watches, man. You're a watch collector, bro. I might end up with a new watch, y'all. You're gonna end up with one. These are skull candies. I'm actually about to get. I was looking at this one YouTuber, and he used I forgot the name of them. You can get them on Amazon. Those things are really nice, though. I think I'm gonna go with that. I had to sit down because I was shaking, and I hate to see stuff shaking. I think I can see a little bit. I love to see Baltic be the new Bond watch. That would be interesting to see. That would be interesting. Baltic. That would be interesting. Huh. That would be. Yo, Sandeep, what's going on, man? I miss Radio Shack. They had good. Hey, Radio Shack had some of the best radio control cars in that thing, man. Oh my gosh. They had some legit hobby style, and they weren't as expensive as some of those, and you could just build them up, make them faster, but like just to get you started, like $229 to get you a Camaro or something like that, a real nice with the like real racing slicks on them. Man, those cars, I used to love those things, man. Radio Shack was the spot. That would be dope if Radio Shack came back online. And then Casio did a Radio Shack exclusive collab. That would be dope. Radio Shack G-Shock. That'd be super dope. What are your thoughts on Casio jumping into a mechanical automatic world? I don't like the movement that they chose. I really don't. I don't like with the edifice you're talking about. I think the edifice should have had a high beat movement in it or a pure mechanical movement. No, I would say automatic. Keep it automatic. But because the edifice, man, has been like a prestigious model with Casio, and for them to jump into like an NH35, I'm like, man, bro, you could have went like either PT5000 or a Miyota. I would say a Miyota 9000 series though, to be honest. You know, or like I said, there are still some companies that have they bought a lot of the Ronda R150 movements. You could have bought those and modified it for a high beat. I mean, for a huge power reserve, like a 60 to 70 hour power reserve or something. Yeah, I don't like. I'm like the NH35, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Nah, I don't like that, man. Not with the edifice, man. Like you gotta come with it. The edifice is it, man. It's always been like the design cues and what it does, man. Like, nah, that crap out of here. It's frustrating to see the Seiko modding community slowly but surely turning a hobby into recreating reps. You know, I will say this, and I'm thinking about like we're talking about trends and stuff, and I know it's not always easy for a company because I know people that are, you know, that are watchmakers, and it's not easy for them to just let me just jot down every idea and come out with a different watch. It costs so much money. But for the companies that do have money for these things, man, I'm like, you guys, some of these companies just doing what they want to do. They give me what you think, like they're trying to create something like, hey, just push this out. Let's make a quick buck so we can go on another trip. Or I want to buy another Ferrari. Like, hey, you can have your Ferrari if you give the people what they want. You can have a Ferrari, like you can get 2 of them. Probably buy a boat with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the people what they want, what they're asking for. Scared money don't make money. Some of these companies been in business for a long time or have bought the domain of a name that has been in business for centuries. So, I don't know, bro. Out of here. Casio should have gone with La Joux Perrier. Yes, yes. Forget what I said. That's a better one. Yes. Forget everything I said as far as the movements. That one, if they'd have went, yup, wholeheartedly. Seiko has been getting away with it. Yeah, they have, man. And that's the thing too, man. Seiko could just put out whatever they want. I know they got that new Jaws collaboration, and I know people gonna go crazy over that. I think it's a cool concept to really dive into stuff like that. That cult classic. I mean, because Jaws was it. I remember watching it. I seen it in the movie theaters, man. I was scared as a kid, bro. I was like, oh my gosh, I was terrified. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I still remember. Yeah, that was a movie, boy. God, dog, man, the movie scared the mess out of me. But yeah, man. I just think that these companies, man. I don't know. What do you think we're going to be in another year or two? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on, not just economically, man, but like economically we can be in trouble. But there's a lot of stuff going on right now, man. And some people, again, this is what the trend that ChatGPT says, as well as Google. That's where my research came from today. And a lot of people right now, I guess the majority, based on what I saw, they're looking for watches, the best options under $1,000. Seiko falls in that category. Citizen does, but Citizen has watches that's over $1,000. I think though, like the Series 8, not sure if you can get it discounted under $1,000 at all. I doubt it, because they're up there. And I think it's not a matter if I think it's worth it for you to go after one of those Series 8s. I like them. If I can grab one, at one point I will. But that's on the back burner because I still got to get my Formex. That's one of the watches that it's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. I like the Formex. Let's see. I want to be a Seiko hater so bad. Oh, I can't see that. But I really can't. Okay. The Seiko Alpinist is just a beauty that I admire. Yeah, they are really nice, man. Okay, we went over our 12 minutes. Vincent in the building. Yup, Edifice is top tier, brother. All right, so I just went through a whole bunch of watches. You guys put your comments down. I appreciate it. I got some research that I need to do. And I got to get to work. I'm tripping. So the last watch I'm gonna show, a classic. I like this. I might wear this to work today. I might take this off and put this on. I like this watch. It's fun to wear. But yeah, man, as far as everything else, man, like when you guys are collecting, it goes without saying, you guys in the chat right now, you know exactly what you want and what you desire to have. This was I think a learning point for some, and I hope that some of the companies that I mentioned, one of which I'm going to be reviewing one of their watches here pretty soon, I hope they listen. I hope they can change some stuff up to adhere to the people, but at the same time, I know they want to make money, and they're going to make money. Invicta can still make money by giving the people what they want. They're looking for these again. They're looking for tobacco 1s, 2s, 3s, and that Swiss-made moniker. They want that, even if it's just a Swiss movement. I don't care if you're getting them built in Japan or China or wherever you're getting it built. People want that. Your core collectors are still looking A lot of them have dispersed and went their separate ways. Some will never buy Invicta ever again because of the practices that they have done. However, there's still a core audience out there that's literally like wasting away, and they don't want to buy this cheap stuff that you keep putting out. They want this style quality, and I'm telling you, this watch is robust. It has an R150 in it. It was fun to collect. You guys made this watch dance on water, literally, because we were out in the middle of the ocean when we bought it. And you stopped. You stopped. You gave us a bunch of stuff. You put this watch back out with a cheaper, a very basic movement in it. And that's, the people want more. The people want more. You know what I'm saying? Like every so often, and then again, there has some people in there, and this is for Invicta. This isn't for the people in the chat. Invicta, you got people that are looking to have some of that vintage stuff reemerge. You have yet to touch it, and when you did, there was one watch. I take that back. There was one watch that you brought back. You brought it back in quartz. It's not a problem. It's cool. And I just saw the one you did like the Cartier homage, but that's not your back catalog. That isn't. People are looking for some pure mechanical with the Invicta logo on it, something that you guys did back in the 50s through 70s through 69. I'm gonna just say 1970. Invicta had some heat. Invicta, y'all see y'all back catalog. If we can search and find it, you guys have access to it. Why won't you do it? You said you want to adhere to the people. You got some of your customers right here in the chat. You got a lot of your customers right here in the chat. And whether you take my word for this or not, and whether you say people don't listen to me, y'all base this whole channel around Invicta starting off. So for that comment that you made, Invicta, that people don't listen to what I'm saying, dude, I'm a product. I'm a customer. I'm in that thing. I know what I want. So you're telling me, I'm listening to, I know what I want, what I desire. So you just discredited a lot of your fan base right there with that stupid comment. Granted, they didn't hear it, they didn't get it. I got it. But I share, I don't hold nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell it like it TI is, you feel me? So I'm out of here, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. What do you think about Seiko releasing a spring driver under the regular Seiko name and not King or Grand Seiko? They do have one. They got one, but shoot, you might as well get you might as well get a Grand Seiko because it's the same price. It's like, well, it's actually a couple $100 cheaper than a Grand Seiko, the cheapest Grand Seiko with spring drive. If I can get my hands on one, I'll show it. But yeah, I saw it last year. I went out to Moyer's. They got one. It was like $5,300. So yeah. I think it's cool if they brought it out and they put it around. But see, this is Seiko, man, because Seiko's gonna, they want that money. When you get into like the 6R, 7R, or 8R, whatever, I think it's 8R. Was it 6, 7, 8? I believe, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna pay a pretty penny. So where the NE88 style movement, yeah. Woo, that thing is gonna cost you about $3,500, $3,700. And at that price, I'm like, you might as well buy a Tudor. If we talking diver and brand recognition, you might as well get a Tudor, bro. Like get a Meta certified Tudor, bro. I'm just saying. But if you want that technology, there is a Seiko that is spring drive. It's expensive too. That thing out there. It retails at 5.5. See, you can. That's a lot of money. $5 grand. Whew. I'm at my Panerai at that right there, pre-owned. I'm at my Panerai, baby. I'm having a radio mirror all day, every day. Hey, I gotta go. I'm tripping. I gotta go to work. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Looking forward to next live. Cheers. Yes. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your comments. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. It's still June. It is Men's Mental Health Month, man. Take care of yourself. Gentlemen, please take care of yourself. Get the help you need. And if you got to take pills, you got to take pills, bro. Just to keep your psyche under control. Got to. Take care of yourself. Until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed. Appreciate y'all.